Let's talk about something absolutely incredible. I'm talking about the internal architecture that holds every single one of us together, our very own skeleton. Seriously, it's a masterpiece that lets us stand, walk, and well, live.
But to really get a grip on how important it is, just imagine for a second. What would happen if you didn't have any bones at all?
Yep, you'd be a puddle. A literal puddle of skin and organs just kind of splattered on the floor. I know, it's a hilarious image, but it perfectly shows just how fundamental our skeleton is. It's the living framework that gives us our shape and stops us from becoming a human beanbag.
So let's dive into our first big idea here. Thinking of the skeleton as a living framework, not some static scaffold, but a dynamic, amazing blueprint for you.
For most adults, that blueprint is made up of 206 individual bones. And here's a cool little fact for you. We're actually born with way more, around 300 bones, that then fuse together as we grow up. Each one has its own special shape and purpose, and they all work together in this incredible harmony.
So what is the skeletal system officially? Well, it's this whole internal setup of bones and connective tissues, things like cartilage and ligaments. Its job is to protect our organs, give us structure, and of course, allow us to move. It's the foundation for literally everything we do.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. This single framework isn't just one big jumble of bones. It's actually organized into two main parts. It's almost like you have two skeletons in one.
So, on one side, you've got the axial skeleton. Think of this as your body's central pillar. We're talking the skull, the spine, and the ribs. Its main gig? Protection and core support. Then, on the other side, you have the appendicular skeleton. These are your limbs and the parts that connect them, like your pelvis and shoulder blades. This is your action skeleton, the part built for moving around and interacting with the world.
Let's look a little closer at that axial skeleton. This thing is like your body's personal fortress. Your skull, that's protecting the most important computer you'll ever own, your brain. Your spine, or vertebral column, guards the spinal cord, which is like the body's information superhighway. And the ribcage, that's shielding your heart and lungs. It really is the core of your entire structure.
And what about the appendicular skeleton? Well, these are the movers and shakers of your body for sure. These are the levers that let you walk, run, type, or do pretty much anything. From picking up your morning coffee to climbing a mountain, you've got these bones to thank.
All right, so we get what the skeleton does, but what are these incredible things actually made of? Let's take a peek at the building materials.
A single bone is a total marvel of engineering. On the very outside, there's a tough membrane called the periosteum. Right under that, you get the super dense compact bone, which gives it incredible strength. Then, inside that, you find this honeycomb-like spongy bone. And right in the very center, that's the bone marrow, a bustling little factory that's constantly producing our blood cells.
So, who's doing all the building? Well, meet the osteoblasts. These little guys are specialized cells that are basically the construction workers of your skeleton. They are constantly creating new bone tissue to repair and strengthen the whole structure. They are on the job 24/7.
And this brings us to one of the most important things to remember. Bone is living tissue. It's not like those static plastic skeletons you see in a classroom. Your bones are alive. They're constantly being broken down and rebuilt your entire life. It's this dynamic, ever-changing system.
Okay, so we've established that the skeleton is so much more than just a frame to hang our muscles on. In this next part, let's explore all the different jobs it has beyond just providing support.
Let's break down the big 5 jobs. First up, support. That's the framework that keeps you from being that puddle. Second, protection. Like we said, guarding your brain and heart. Third is movement, with your bones acting as levers for your muscles. Fourth is blood production. Remember that factory in your bone marrow. And number 5, storage. Your bones act like a mineral bank, storing stuff like calcium for when your body needs it.
And if you want a perfect example of this system in action, just think about your own rib cage. It is a masterfully designed cage, right? It gives all this tough protection to your heart and lungs, but it's still flexible enough to expand and shrink with every single breath you take. That is protection and support working in perfect harmony.
All right, for our last section, let's bring it all back home. Back to you. How can you maintain this incredible living structure and actually build an even stronger skeleton?
The best part is you have a ton of control over your bone health. It really boils down to 3 key things. First, a diet rich in calcium. Think dairy, leafy greens, that sort of thing. Second, getting enough vitamin D, which helps you absorb that calcium, either from sunlight or supplements. And third, regular weight-bearing exercise, walking, jogging, lifting weights, that sends a signal to those little osteoblast construction workers telling them it's time to get building.
So there you have it. Your skeleton is this living, self-repairing masterpiece of architecture that supports you every single moment of your life. So the final question is really for you. How are you going to take care of yours?